Thoughts on the game?
Well, you know, it's a little rivalry that our guys like, especially the guys living in Houston and them playing basketball with a lot of the guys from Houston and TSU and Rice, in a little basketball fraternity. It was a great basketball game. A lot of nervousness on both coaches' part because in our game is a lot of expectation, and a lot of people who don't know basketball expect Houston to be Prairie View all the time, and which isn't the case nowadays. Especially the swag basketball is getting better and better with the addition of some good coaches with Mike Davis and all that. So I mean, the expectation of beating a SWAC team, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. I don't care if you play us at home or play it there, but it's one of those basketball games where it's just a hard game. Houston did a great job of preparing for us. They did a lot of stuff. We noticed that we played UCLA. They did a lot of slowing down of our point guard, and they did the same thing to us, and we kind of responded a little bit. Like I said before, it was an exciting basketball game. It's a basketball game I don't mind playing. I enjoyed it. Coach Dickey did a great job. He's got a great basketball team at 10-2. Our guys can hold their heads up, even though they're disappointed there, which I'm glad because the competitive juices are flowing. Coach Dickey did a great job of preparing his team. And, once we beat them at their place, the first thing, their players said to me, hey, December 29th, welcome to our house. So we expected a lot of stuff. We expected a great basketball game. No team was going to fold. They jumped on us about 15 points. Our guys battled back and listened. Jourdan DeMuynck did a great job. Chapman did a good job. Daniel House, he did a great job. One of the best, players that come out of Houston. So it's just a great basketball game. I wish we could do this every year, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore. It's just one of those things.
Seems like you guys trailed double digits most of the way. How are y'all able to cut it to 4 there at the end?
Just heart. Our guys got a lot of heart, got a lot of pride. And they knew they weren't supposed to be in that predicament of being down by 12, 15 points, so we just kept battling back, moving the ball, getting the ball on the inside. We out-rebounded them this game, which I'm happy for. Our guys are gritty and grimy guys, played hard. They battle in the post. I don't allow fouls in practice, so they got to play through a lot of fouls and stuff like that, because when we're on the road, everything about it, we got to go play UCLA, we got to go play Cal, Texas A&M. We can't pay a Prairie View or Alcorn, $80,000 to come play in our gym. That's why we don't get the home games. And a lot of big schools, they don't come play Prairie View at Prairie View. So it's just one of those things that the schematics of money can do. So until we find a way to get some more, home games, and that's why I commend Coach Dickey for coming to play us at our place. I was shocked when he said, "Yeah, I'll do it." Nobody wants to come play us, so I'm very happy. I wish we could do this every year, but it's kind of a double-edged sword especially for Coach Dickey. If we win, it's like, oh, you're supposed to. It's only Prairie. If you lose, it's the end of the world. Oh, you lost to that team, they're a terrible basketball team. Those guys will not play basketball, which isn't the case. So, a lot of people on the outside just, with just egos and pride, think that they're supposed to run over us and supposed to run over TSU, which you can see it isn't going to happen in the schematics of college basketball. SWAC isn't the SWAC in 1950s and 60s where we just recruit anybody. So we recruit kids, and we beat out big programs. You got to think about it. Our point guard played at University of Oklahoma, and he didn't sit on the bench; he played there. Jourdan DeMuynck, he's getting NBA calls. We have to beat out schools for him. The kids that we signed earlier, we beat out some big schools for them. So, once we get kids on our campus see the beauty of our campus, they fall in love. I'm really happy about that. But like I said before, it's a basketball game, and both teams played really hard, and I'm proud of both teams.
Can you talk about what DeMuynck did in the second half? How did he get loose?
Well, DeMuynck, you know, he plays like an old man, and he's not going to go out there and do a lot of flash stuff. He's going to shoot the little short range shot that most guys my age and older does, to shoot the little 5-footer. He's not going to go out there and try to, want to dunk everything and just shoot threes. He'll get in transition and he'll knock down that 5-footer and he won't miss those. And our guys realize that, and we find him in transition. He just pulls up and he's got that basketball game that a guy my age loves.
Anything else, Coach? All right. Thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate your time. We've got